I'm making sure. Yeah. So the fun part is people, if they're just tuning in. Yep. Josh, this is Leroy. And I guess Leroy, I guess you're gonna be the co-host tonight.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's
And then we'll just see if a guest comes to join us. We just flip the tables upside down on everybody. I'm telling you, that's what we did. But yeah, man. As our other guest makes their way back to the show, I just want to introduce you, man. Blood, Sweat, and Cell. If you don't know him, you need to know him. Leroy Blood. And I'm going to give that little clue away because so many people probably ask you why you have blood in your name, because they think you're like a killer, like at yard sales and estate sales, but it's your last name and you get to use it. It's got a cool ring. I like that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, let's see. We got our good buddy, Prison to Profit.
Killing the game.
I mean, he was just crushing it today. He said we're late. Pittsburgh, what's up?
How you doing, Anthony?
Thanks for hanging out. I still want to get connected with him.
Like, he's a good guy. I've been talking to him for a while. He's a really good guy.
But yeah, we'll let everything kind of get rolling, man. How was your weekend? How were sales? Like, I know you do a lot, and we'll get into it later. But yeah. Yeah. But was it just a good weekend?
It wasn't bad. I had a couple of big ticket items that I've sold. I've actually sold some pretty big ticket items, believe it or not, on eBay. Like big ticket items that a lot of people don't really sell that high. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah, I've been listing a lot more big ticket items.
Yeah.
Some of them are moving. He says he can't hear. Can everybody else hear us? I see Panther Pack in the house. Let me double check on here. Everybody else hear us? Yep, I can hear us. I just checked on YouTube, so.
Is the special guest Mrs. Flips?
She is in the other room on the couch. She said, yeah, she had to close out and come back in to get the video to work. Okay. All right, cool. Hey, Ken will know what this is. Right there, Ken. Ken made this awesome band t-shirt for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Six-Headed Moses. It's the deepest inside joke from this live show. From, I think he was our first guest. And he got to hear me and Yaakov talk for 4 hours after our live show. And I said something about a six-headed Moses, and he busted out laughing. And then I bought something off of his store, and he sent that shirt. He's like, I just had to make this shirt for you. So super nice of him. What's up, Marie? Yeah. It's all thanks to this guy right here, SSK Promo Ken. And then I was excited. I said, man, you make shirts? I like that. But yeah. Oh, let's see here. Got the tri-flippers in the house. The driftless thrifter. Leroy, you got a good fan base. You see that, man?
I put a little shout out there because I have so many supporters on Instagram. It's amazing. And I see a lot of them in the chat already. And I just appreciate these guys.
Oh, yeah, man. People, Kat was actually calling for you in her live show. She said, where's Leroy at?
I was trying to get ready and I had to.
Oh, you were good. We answered for her. We were like, because she started going, oh, he woke up at 3 a.m. He's probably in bed already. I said, no, he's on our show at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. I had to go home and spend some time at home and
right.
But
what's up, Sal? So good to see you. But yeah, Leroy, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man. I've got to know you really good personally, but introduce yourself to people as you know they're going to get introduced to you. We get a lot of people that rewatch this, which is so good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, just introduce yourself a little bit, man.
Hey, everybody. My name is Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Cell. Like Josh said, I don't usually say it, but the blood comes from my last name. My last name really is Blood. It's cool. It is cool. It doesn't bother me at all. But I've been reselling for a long time. I sell on eBay, flea markets, swap meets. Um, I've been getting better with Facebook Marketplace. I want to get into some other stuff, but I don't want to spread myself too thin.
Yeah.
Um, but I just love reselling. I've been doing it for a long time. Like I said, I've had a full time job, and then I moved to South Carolina, and now I'm doing it full time, and I just really enjoy it. And I enjoy this community. I remember years ago, there wasn't this community. Like I would like talk to my family and friends about it, and they were like, "Oh, you sold an $800 piece this week? Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I sold an $800 piece this week. Like, I bought it for $100. Like, you don't get it?
I know. And that's what's tough because you talk to you want them to be as excited as you are. So bad. You're like, yeah, let me show you this picture. Then I'm showing them like the photos I did on this like vintage plush, stuffed animal. And they're like, why are you taking pictures of stuffed animals in your house? Like, and I'm like, because I sold it for $50, and they're like, sure you did. You're just being creepy.
Yep.
Always got to chill away from that YouTube and reselling and have some downtime. Yeah, man. What's up, buddy? We do need to connect, okay? We do need to connect about yarn because I'm not kidding you. If you check on Instagram, in my last 3 days, I think I've already sold about $150 worth. The stuff is rolling nonstop.
I always give him a shout out. He's up and coming as well. I mean, there's a bunch of people in the chat that are, and I just I always try to help those guys out because I learn off of them every day.
Oh yeah,
Julian, and there's so many other people.
Yeah, Julian. I talked to him when he picked up some yarn, and I was just like, I'll help him out. But he said, "Nah, man, I'll give you a great deal. I'll send it over to you." But yeah, Leroy, we're gonna welcome our guest tonight.
Okay.
Are you excited?
I'm excited. I want to see who this is.
I mean, this is gonna
be tell me who it's going to be.
I mean, we did false advertising. We put you down as the guest. They didn't know you were going to be the guest host. But I think this would be a fun way to put a spin on things because this person definitely has some stuff to share. Chat, can we give it up for? I think his name is Yakov Benzi. Yakov Benzi, everybody. I think, AKA Jake.
Look at him.
Yeah, Yakov, right? He's back, everybody. We didn't lose him. What I was going to tell him, though, Yakov, is that you sold that screen mask and you quit. You quit on my show. You were just going big time. Oh, you're still muted. Hold on. You're still muted.
Oh, man. Now I'm not muted. Okay. You didn't even hear my intro. Oh, let me do it again.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, man behind the mask. I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Man behind the mask.
Here,
actually, the other one also.
I'll move you guys around. There we go.
Yeah, much better.
Whoa.
But hey,
sorry for a second there.
But Leroy's already introduced himself, guys. Yakov was being a little late to his own show. It's totally fine. But he's all good now. He's ready.
Yeah. Ready?
It is, guys. I'm telling you.
I'm ready to interview. Let's go, Leroy.
No. He's like he's a big baller now. He sells one screen mask and he's just like, oh yeah, I'll see if I can make it, or I'll see if I can make it tonight. He's too good for us, guys. He's gonna change his name.
I'm making the money now. Like, why do I need I'm just gonna put money signs by my name next time. I can probably leave and put money signs by my name, and then you accept me back in.
He's gonna change his chat to Jake Mercedes-Benz. That's what he's gonna do. See?
Interesting thought.
Oh, yep. See, it's already voted in. Get rid of Jake. Make Leroy the new host.
Goodbye.
No, I would not do that. I like this show too much the way it is.
Oh man, we do have fun.
No.
But Leroy, thank you so much for hanging in there and introducing yourself. We typically like to do that rollout, but like I said, there are so many fans, in the chat already. They love what you do, and I just like to, from what I've learned about you, I want to go like a little bit deeper with some of the cool stuff that you've been doing, your business, your knowledge, man. You are so knowledgeable. And you've shared this before, but I think the first thing we're going to talk about is tools, man. Tools, okay? But not what everybody else asks. If you want to, you totally can, because you've done so good. You're like, these 5 brands sell. They do so good. And I'm like, if everybody didn't take their pen and paper out and write it down, you're going to make Leroy make a t-shirt that just says the 5 best tools to buy. But I saw a cool Instagram post that I do want to ask you about. You do so well at flea markets, and I think a lot of resellers, especially on YouTube, have given up on flea markets, okay? How do you organize your pricing? Because I've seen you do immaculate jobs displaying your stuff on tables. How good are tools doing compared to eBay compared to flea markets? How do you do on that?
I'm gonna be honest. The tools that I sell at the flea markets is half the price I can get on eBay.
Right.
But I'm still making 60 to 80% what I paid for it.
Right.
I mean, everything that I buy, I don't pay a ton of money for it. I know how to buy it. I've been dealing with it for so long that now I just see it and it's like, okay, I can clean this up and I can make $8 on it. And I think about it like, oh, I want to do Amazon. And I'm like, well, everybody's only making $5 on each piece and they're doing all that work. Why can't I continue doing what I'm doing with tools?
And you're getting cash in hand too.
Yeah. But
I have a few questions already.
But explain to us a little bit on how well. So I know you have a lot of knowledge with the flea markets. I missed when you stopped here in Virginia, man. I totally missed that. We were away that weekend. I don't know, because we're going to get into what you were doing up north because you do such a great job with that as well. But how do you function at the flea markets? Like, do you put certain priced items on one table? Do you worry about making like $1 table, a $3 table, $5 table? How do you organize it to where you know your prices, you know pretty much what you're going to make at the end of that day?
I never know what I'm going to make at the end of the day, especially being here in the South. Up north, it goes by the time of the year. But you'll know, like when I was up north in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, I sold a lot. Connecticut, I sold a lot. When I was up north, I would know, okay, I'm going to make $400 on Sunday from 6 in the morning until 10 in the morning. Down here, it's a lot different. I could actually only make $100, or some days I can make $200, but then buy something at the flea market and source that out and make $700. So I'll set up and I'll set up early. I like to go early. I'll set up and I put all my stuff out, and I might make $200. And then when it starts getting really slow, where I'm only getting 2 or 3 sales every 15 minutes, then I shut down. I'll shut down. I'll pack everything up, and I'll go around and I'll shop. And that's when I'll find good buys. To a lot of people, like they want a lot of big ticket items. I get those as well. But if I can buy something for $1 and sell for $8, I'm all over it.
It's good.
Now, when you sell it for $8, you're selling it back to flea market people, or you're selling it on eBay at that point?
eBay. On eBay. If I buy box lots and stuff, that's a whole nother thing. When I go to estate auctions, not estate sales, I go to auctions, and I just look for box lots of hand tools, not power tools, just hand tools. And I'll go and you'll buy a box. You'll see a box. You'll say, hey, you'll say, how much for this box? You'll think, oh my God, $40 for that box. That's a lot of money. I sold 1 piece for 10, 2 pieces for 8, 3 pieces for 5. I've already doubled my money. You make your money quick, and then you just keep making $5 sales and then dollar sales, and you realize, holy moly, like this is really good.
Yakov, you should have seen this. Did you do like it was a quarter or 50 cents? It was like a bunch of trays at the table.
50 cent. I had a whole row of 50-cent items.
Grab 50-cent items. And then he shows this wad of cash at the end.
You know what? The day before that, I made $500. that day, no, not with 50-cent items, just in general.
I
mean, you should make a YouTube channel dedicated to how to sell at yards at flea markets. I mean, your knowledge, forget about it.
So
if you're not following him on Instagram, guys, this is the plug right now. Look up Blood, Sweat, and Sell on Instagram. You will see this. He is really good. He turns that quick camera on. He's like, check out what I'm doing. I'm telling you, man, it's so good, Leroy.
And I try not to make it look the same. To me, it looks the same, but I try to switch it up for you guys and try to like show. The other morning, I was there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a spotlight. Nobody else had a spotlight. I've been doing it for a long time. So I literally have 25 folding tables. Like the white folding tables, I have 25 of those. I have 2 pop-up tents. I have lights. I have, I can't get into it, but I have a lot. But about the 50-cent day, sorry to jump back into that, but it was so funny because the first day I made 500. Then the day that I had the 50-cent day, I only made $180. I felt so happy about the $180. I didn't even care about the 500 because I worked my tail off.
Right.
Found 50-cent items. And they would, I mean, I was showing pictures. I would have 15. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get shut down because people don't have their mask on and it's COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were just like tons of people. You say 50 cents, they were buying $10, $5 worth of stuff because they didn't need it. It was like
it was easy money for them. And
they were like, "Oh my God, it's 50 cents."
Right. Hey, Tay's got a question for you. He says, "You going to the FAB day?"
No.
What is the FAB day for all of us people up north, not in South Carolina?
Fill a bag day at
the deal place.
Dream Deals.
Okay.
I'm still listing. I'm still trying to list the stuff that I got from, and I do well with it. I mean, that place is pretty good. I've been going for all the supplements, and I'm filling a bag, and I'm buying. Usually, I fill my bag about 100 of them, 100 pieces, and I'm selling them for like $8, between $8 and $15 a piece. But my passion's not in it. My passion's in the tools.
Yeah.
You see, I think what it is over here is that you like to work and that's your passion. Your passion is getting these tools, finding them and cleaning them, doing what you do and getting them sold. When you go to fill a bag day, it's great money probably, but it's just pick up and put back on the table and resell.
No, well, I don't put those. I sell on eBay. I don't sell them anymore. I sell those on eBay. Unless I see that the dates are closed so bad, then I won't sell them on eBay. But I'll sell them. But I've been doing really well. But it again, it's like I'm not excited about selling.
No, and it's the same thing. So I tell people all the time, and I push myself. Like I joke. Do you know why I like doing yarn content? Because people are amazed that I sell yarn. Do I care about yarn? I have no idea what this is. I don't know what the color is. I don't know anything about it. But
is Iris in the chat?
I know that they love when it has this colorway on it, and they pay good money. I would much rather, just like Leroy, I'd rather get this pair of shoes, clean them, get them looking nice, because I'm interested in the person that gets to buy these shoes. I'm like, man, these are so cool. So it's just, see, there she is. She goes, yeah.
Yeah, I see. I called her out. Hi, Iris.
And I get it 100%, Leroy, because you can sell everything. And I think sometimes in some seasons you do. You need to be like, hey, I'm not even crazy about this stuff, but you know what? People want to buy it. And I think that's what you're doing. You're doing a good job with that. But there's nothing like finding the thing that you don't have to look up. You have the knowledge. You know it's going to bring. Leroy, is there stuff that you've bought that you don't even want to part ways with?
No, I will sell anything.
Okay.
I have a few things, but I call it catch and release. I sort of look at it like it's fishing.
Release.
So there's a certain amount of certain kind of things that I look for, but I guarantee you I'm going to sell them. Like they mean nothing to me, but I do want to find them a double clawed hammer. There's a bunch of things. I found this piece. To a lot of you guys, I don't even know what it's for, to be honest with you. It's a ratchet on the top, on the back. It says Bell Atlantic. It's actually alignment
Bell
tool.
Atlantic is
Actually Bell Systems, sorry. And it's some kind of a stripper is what it is. It strips the wire is what it is. And I've never seen one before. And I paid up for it. To me, I paid $15. That's a lot for me, unless I really know it's worth the money. If I have no clue, but I've never seen it before. It was $15. I looked it up. It's only worth about $40, but I learned something. I totally learned something from spend, even if it was worth $20, and I only made $2. I learned something by picking it up. I wasn't afraid. I picked it up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, and I sold it. Like, that's just how I drive when it comes to the tools. I mean, and with anything.
Yeah, but with something like that, how do you know specifically? Like, how do you know that you should pick that up? Or how do you even know how to list it? How do you do research on a tool that you've never seen before?
So to answer the first part of that question, how do I know to pick it up? I've never seen it before. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, so, Yakov, it's like when you find that VHS tape of like Terminator 16 that they haven't even made yet. And you know you're going to get 25 cents for it.
I'm going to get afraid of picking that up.
I always say this to Yakov, and I've never like talked to him face to face like this, but I always say it in the chats. But it's like, and I'm not picking on you, but like all the books behind you, like you know what those books are. So if you go somewhere and you see a book that's similar, but you've never seen that book before, buy it.
That's a good point. That's a good estimation. Somebody did drop something good in the chat because this has worked for me. Google Lens.
Yes.
If you're not sure on stuff, Google Lens. So for me, I've used it on glassware. I've been able to take a picture of a vase, and it's like milk glass, told me the year. It's found on these 5 sites. Dude, I love it.
And a lot of people, I don't know why I'm pulling stuff out, but you guys got me excited because most people don't let me talk about tools. So, but it's like people say, "Oh, how do you get ready for Q4?" I buy new tools.
Yeah,
I buy them in a box. I just buy
packaged tools.
I buy new stuff. Like I'm buying it at the flea market, but it's new, and it's going on eBay. It doesn't go on Amazon. It's going on eBay.
He's got a system, Yakov. He's got a system. He knows his lane.
It's his niche. Yeah.
All right. So here's my fun question for you. Give me 3 items that you know of, brand or not, or maybe just design of tool that are on your bucket list to find. That's like holy grail that you would want to find.
And they don't have to be worth a ton.
Just what you're interested in.
So a regular hammer has a claw. The old hammers have a claw. Those are called carpenter hammers.
Yep.
There's one that has 2 claws. So it has 4 claws. So I can't even do it. I can't.
I got what you're saying. Yeah, double claw.
Yeah, on one side.
On one side.
On one side. So it has 1, 2, the normal, and then below that, about an inch, there's another set. It almost looks like it's welded on, but it's not. And I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna have to pick one of you guys' brains because I want to learn how to get those pictures, and I could have pulled it up or however you can do that. I want to learn that. But that's one. If you guys if you guys ever see, there's a brand called Wilton File. I'm not so. Hold on. Where am I going with this? Okay. If you there's a it's Wilton Vices. It's a vice. And those vices, they have big, very big ones, and then they have really small ones. If you see small vice that says Wilton, and it looks on the back of it, it looks like a bullet. So it's actually a nickname bullet. They call it a bullet. There's one. It's a salesman sample. A quick little story. I went to a guy's pick.
Is it like a clamp?
No, it's actually a vice.
What's a
It's-
vice?
He doesn't know what a vice is.
It's okay. So a vice, you put it down on a tabletop,
Mhm.
and you can use them from a jeweler to a mechanic. Sometimes here you go. How much he's gonna know right now. Know when you're driving in the back of a big truck and they have this big clamp looking thing that you don't want to hit because
Yeah, I got it. I got it on it. I got it on Google.
there
Yeah.
you go.
So,
There you go.
so they're like in a carpenter shop. They're bolted on the side of a table.
Yeah.
Mechanic shop usually has them on one of their work tables.
Yeah. So the Wilton vices, on the back of it, it looks like a bullet. It's shaped like a bullet. And I went to a guy's pick. I'm looking around. I made the deal. It was like $700. I look on the floor and I see a pile of vices. And I was like, "Hey, how much for the vices?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. Give me $10 a piece." Look for Baby Wilton.
Baby Wilton?
Yeah, or salesman sample. But look up Baby Wilton. I think it's 810 is the model number. But if so, I looked down on the floor and I was like, "How much?" He's like, $50. I was like, "I'll take them."
My mask.
What did you say?
eBay listing, man.
So I said, "I'll take them." I sold them for $350 a piece. I had 2 Baby Wiltons in that pile.
Wow.
How much is that one? 500. 700. If you see them with the whole thing like that, but you could go places and just find the swivel. Just the swivel alone is worth $200.
Bolo alert, everybody. And what size is that? How tall are the baby ones?
They're tiny. It's actually considered like a salesman sample. Not tiny, but they're about 8 inches. They're within a foot. For a vice to be within 8 inches, that's a small vice.
It'd be easy to ship in like a medium flat rate box.
Yeah, I put them
$14.
but because of the money, I have to put good insurance on them and stuff.
No, I mean I still do. I just up the insurance on a medium.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because of the weight, it won't go over that amount.
No, it doesn't go over. Nope.
Yep. No, that's really good.
So that's and I'm sorry.
My wife's trying to pick on me and you. She goes, "Yeah, Leroy looks like Josh showing off all his stuff." I'll have a pile sitting on the floor next to me.
I appreciate all the shows that I go on, but for me to be able to talk about tools, you guys got me.
I'm very interested. Now you're giving me like more stuff to look out for. I mean, you said.
I'm sorry, God.
You said that you go and you see a box of wrenches. You would pick it up right away without like sifting through it.
No. You're gonna look for SK. You're gonna look for Craftsman. You're gonna look for Proto. You're gonna look for, then you get your bigger names: Snap-on, Independent. But if you see a U.S. made ratchet and you can turn it and it sort of works, those and you see those, it doesn't look Chinesey. Like it looks like if it is rusty, it looks like the rust will come off.
Yeah.
So if you look at something and the rust doesn't look like it's gonna come off, like it just looks really, really bad, it was either really wasn't taken care of. But even that stuff you can take care of. And that when I do my YouTube channel, I'm going to show how I clean them with a bench grinder with a wire wheel on them and a buffing pad, and I can clean them up, pretty decent to where collectors will buy them, because some of them are used. A lot of the stuff that I buy is not A1. I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of it is just working tools, but there are collectors, just like with signs. People say, "Oh, I want to get into gasoline signs." Well, a lot of us can't afford gasoline signs, but a lot of people can't afford a tool that's worth $800. But if you find one and it's a little in rough shape, it still reminds you of that's what your grandfather had, or that's what, you know what I mean.
Or you have an original set from your grandfather and it was missing 2 wrenches.
Yes, sir.
You want to finish the set.
Yep.
So what would you pay for stuff like this? Let's say you find a wrench, Craftsman. out of not even searching for comps or anything else, what's your like average want to pay out of pocket?
If it's just a Craftsman, unless it's an older one, I'm not going to pay much. If it's in a box,
Not much. How much? What, $1?
I pay up for my stuff. So if a normal person would pay $1, I'd pay 3 or 4.
And Yakov, the questions you're asking are so good, but I know your personality. Do not go to a Goodwill looking at one wrench with a price sticker on it. Okay. I did what Leroy. I heard about Leroy a long time ago before I knew of him.
I also did. Leroy's made it throughout the reseller community early on.
I'm not talking about for that reason. I'm saying I heard about him and he told me about tools. So the safe way when you don't know a lot about tools, I found a guy that was clearing out a shed and he was selling them to me by the box. So all I had to identify was about 5 things that I knew would sell in that box. And I was like, sweet, I'll take the rest because the rest I can put in sets or, dude, I saw a few snap-on wrenches and I was like 30, 40, 50, because if you're not going to get the time to be able to look everything up. I think what Leroy is saying, if somebody has a box of 50 wrenches and they want $5 for it, jump on it. Like, just jump on it because you have a chance of, at least if you sold them all for $2-3 each, you're going to make your money. You're going to do really good. I think you muted yourself, Leroy. Okay. Just making sure.
I was trying to, I try to communicate with the chat. And I mean, you guys, if some of you guys didn't watch my special with Emily, I do have a learning disability. So my reading and writing is not that good. So I have to talk to text for my messages.
Gotcha.
So I have to mute it here and go over to there, and because I just I appreciate. I see a lot of people in my Instagram that follow me. I see them in the chats, and I just want to give them a shout out. So I apologize.
And it was good seeing you, Luis. I did want to shout out to him because he usually does a live, I think, at 10:30. He may still be doing it, but he was doing it earlier. So I was glad I got to see him in the chat, like hanging out. That's what was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Ken even said it earlier in the chat. If I can find it, it was such a good line. If you sell your passion, it takes the work out of it and it makes it fun. If you sell what you're passionate about, it feels less like work.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
You get to have fun doing it. Is there work in reselling? Of course, guys. If you didn't go see, Commonwealth Picker's video, you might be a reseller. Oh gosh, so good and so true. But I love how passionate you get about that, man. That's what's so cool. You get so passionate about tools and the knowledge and doing it. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's because you're pretty handy with your hands also. You do quite the few projects and building projects, and your family took advantage of you a little bit. They were like, hey, Leroy, we miss you. Come build some stuff.
Yeah, they would let me go.
How long have you been doing construction and kind of working those kind of jobs?
I was a union laborer for 15 years up in Massachusetts. So, and I had my own landscape business for about 13 years in Rhode Island. So I have, I just say it this way. I have laborer in my blood.
Gotcha.
So, and that's what I was going to say. And I've never shared this before, but we have holidays coming up and get family gatherings. It doesn't matter, where you are. Even though there's that uncle that you don't like if he is a plumber, talk to him about plumbing. Ask him what tools he likes to use. Hey, what tools do you like to use? And he might tell you certain names that then you can go and look for and resell. Yep. Or there might be an aunt that you don't like, but she likes China. Pick her brain.
That's so good.
Ask her, hey, what do you don't really like this lady, or you would rather not talk to her? But as a reseller, you have to build yourself and be like, you know what? I'm going to put all this aside because I'm going to make my wife happy or my mom happy, but I'm also going to learn something from this person.
So good. Get your phone out and make a little note in your phone on everything they tell you. Talk to your mechanic friend. Talk to your family member who has the crazy collection of knickknacks in their basement.
NASCAR, whatever.
Thank you, Mrs. Flips. And guys, by the way, Yakov and Leroy's their channels are in the description of the video. You can scroll down there. I have both of them saved on there, so want to make sure that you guys get that.
That's so sweet of you. Leroy, I'm very, very, very shy to say this. I am not subscribed, but now I am.
To my
YouTube.
my 50 plus YouTube with no content.
Yeah. Yes.
We're gonna encourage him, okay, guys? We're gonna encourage him. He has to do it. Hey, there's Mary. What's up, Mary? And there's Kaiser.
Hey, Kaiser.
Checking out Kaiser's trip today. But I love it, Leroy. I do, man. Your passion. So when you were up north and you got to see family, what projects did they have you working on?
I did like, I don't know, it was probably like a 70-foot paver walkway with a little patio. I redid a good friend of mine's front. Landscaping was one of my passions for a long time. So she had people ripping her off, and I was like, listen, just pay me this much. I redid her landscape, and all the neighbors were like, do you have a card? Can you do some work for me? And I was like, no. And they got mad. But I was just like, I'm just doing this as a favor. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, my passion is reselling and being part of this community. And, but those are all things that I've done in the past. And if anybody ever had questions, I'd be more than happy to help. I'm not rude about it. But I've done a lot of, hard labor and a lot of different things. I always feel I don't like to gloat myself, because I just feel that I always have room for improvement. So I'm not going to sit and tell you that I'm the best at anything, but I try, but I always, and I hate saying it all the time, but I try a lot. I try hard.
That's good. That is so good, guys. And then thank you, Ken. Ken shared his Instagram here. Guys, go follow him on Instagram. That's going to be your best way to connect with him. And he puts out such good content, shows you what he's doing. He gets you excited to go to a flea market. I tell you, you make me want to get up to Bellwood right up here, okay? Like here in Virginia.
Is that the drive-in? Is that the drive-through?
They did it as a drive-through this past time.
No, was there a drive-in? Did it used to be a drive-in?
Yeah.
Bellwood? That's the one that I went to, right? Did I tell you?
Yeah.
You know what? I was in Jersey the day before, and I did the worst I ever did in Jersey. I did 175. And then I drove down to Bellwood, and I made $400.
Yeah, dude.
I drove home, and again, I'm sorry to cut you off, Josh.
Go for it, man.
But guys, I drove home from Rhode Island 900 miles, and I planned to make money on the way.
Smart.
On the way?
Yeah, because I left on Friday. I went to Jersey. I sold at Jersey. I left Jersey, drove all the way to Virginia, sold in Virginia, left Virginia, went home, and then I did go another flea market on Monday. But yeah, I went to 2 flea markets, and that was my plan.
Yeah, we were trying to meet up, but he kept saying, he was like, I apologize. One of my family members got me on another project. It's going to be 2 more weeks. But he had already mapped out everywhere he was going to stop, which was smart. And that's kind of what Reseller on the Road does. He's mapping out towns he's going to. Ken's got a question here. What are the fees to set up at a flea market?
And I'm going to tell you, it depends on where you live. I can tell you
in South Carolina, generally, what's it look like?
In South Carolina, the average is about between $10 and $15, and they call it a table. They have their own tables. Up north, we have to provide our own. But it's about $10 or $15. I want to say it's about 12 feet by 15 feet, and then you got a parking spot behind it. Here in the South, up north, it's like 20 feet by 20 feet, and you're paying $20. I guess, to be honest with you, it's like $1 a foot if you think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. When I went up to Jersey,
it's all it cost.
Well, when I went up to Jersey to the one near you, that was $100 for 3 parking spots. So you figure a parking spot is about 9 feet. So 3 parking spots, a little less than 30 feet. And that cost me $100.
That's a lot. And you gotta, and then like you said, you only sold 175
that time. But 3 weeks before that, I did 1,700. So
yeah, not too bad.
I was going by there anyway, so $175 to drive by is okay.
Wow.
Man, and that's so cool. Like, I love that you do that. And believe me, next time you're in Virginia, I got so many projects you can do, man. I'll take you out sourcing too. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
But
he's putting me to work, guys. You see that?
I'm waiting for Leroy to come to New York. Are you kidding me? I need pavers done in my backyard as well.
I don't like doing it. I just do it for fun.
You just contradicted. I don't like doing it. I just do it for fun.
Saying he's not doing it for your pay. He knows how to get his pay.
Good. I get away with
Yakov's like, great. That's cheap for me.
Why not? I'll take it.
I'll go sauce it. Well, I don't know if anybody saw my Instagram. When I was up there, a buddy of mine, he needed some rocks shoveled and stuff.
Yep.
And he filled up my van with stuff. So I worked for stuff. That's okay.
That's smart. That's a good trade-off.
And that's another conversation for the Thanksgiving table or anything like that. I'll work for you. Got stuff in your basement? I'll work for it. I'm not afraid.
I have a lot of stuff in my basement. You want to see my death pile?
I'm gonna find you next time I come up that way, and I go that way often because I go see my daughter and my family. So
come on in.
Once COVID goes over, we're gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have to meet up.
I got a big question for you, Leroy. This is gonna be our game tonight, Yakov. We love playing games with our guests. Okay. So you're in your garage there. You got some tools behind you, I see, right?
I'm at the warehouse. Yep.
You're at the warehouse. Okay. So we're gonna pick some people in the chat. They come in, they knock on the door of your warehouse because something's broken at their house. What tool would this person ask for? Just by you knowing their personality a little bit, okay?
Okay, so it's gonna be in the chats.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick somebody in the chat, and I'm gonna say, okay, so and so walks up to your door based on their personality. What tool are they gonna ask you for? You don't have to show us. You can just name a tool that would just fit their personality, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna go with a good friend of ours, Miss Annie.
Oh.
So Annie comes up and she goes, I'm working on this project. I have no idea how to fix it. What kind of tool do I need? What is it, Leroy?
She needs a screwdriver so she can fix her tape gun so she can send packages out to her people, and she knows what I'm talking about. She needs a small screwdriver to fix the screw gun. I mean the tape gun so she can send packages to send them out overseas.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that one. Okay, Jennifer Hayes, best mod in the business. She's got to work on something.
This one's gonna be a little personal because Jennifer is I don't know. She's like my big sister or something. You guys don't even know. I asked her. I was like, I'm gonna be on the show if you can try to make it. What would Jennifer need? Goodness gracious, this is a tough one. Oh man. I don't even know what to say.
Well, right now I heard she just hurt her wrist, so maybe something that would help her out around the house. Maybe there's some kind of tool that she could use with her opposite hand.
I would get her like a grabber. Like the grabber.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right. Louis.
Oh.
Louis. A lot of tools for Louis.
This is totally out of the blue. God just put this in my mind. I'm going to give him an open-end wrench. Don't ask me why.
You could probably do it like 16 things with it.
Yeah, it just came in my mind, but I like that one. Open-end wrench.
I like that one. Okay.
Fun.
This will be a fun one too. Dante.
I would. And this is no offense, Dante. Don't get upset. I would get Dante some tape.
I was gonna say, or a almost like a ratchet set you would have on your car, because that guy's got to bundle all that money together. Like that's what I'm saying.
I would get him some tape because he needs to tape his hands together. You guys don't see him out there. I see him giving. In the last couple of times I've met him, I've seen him give away $60. Like he'll just walk up to people and he'll be like, "Hey, here's $20 for your fill a bag day," or he'll be like, "Oh, you know what? You subscribe to my channel? Here's his $15 and he'll sneak away from his fiance. But it's funny, and I catch him on Instagram too, so that's why I'd give him some tape.
That's a good one. All right, here's my last one. Hopefully she's not asleep yet. My wife, Mrs. Flips.
Mrs.
Josh broke something at the house. He needs this tool. What is it?
She needs a pair of pliers.
Okay.
A pair of pliers. So he can do work on the new truck.
Oh, nice.
There we
Which
go.
I was looking at today. Speaking of that.
Can I get tools for you two guys real quick?
Okay. All right. Let's go. I want to hear Yaakov.
So Yaakov, I'd get Yaakov a hammer because he's a beast. he's a beast. I'd get him a hammer. Who knows?
That's all I really need, basically. To fix anything, all he needs is really a hammer.
Yeah, who knows what he's gonna hit? It doesn't matter. I get him a hammer. And Josh, you know what I get Josh? I got it right here. I get Josh a magnifying glass. You know why? Because he's always looking into the future and he's always looking into things.
It's very good. You mix up a magnifying glass guy with a hammer guy, and you get this channel. You get this live.
I look at it real closely, and Yaakov says, "I'm gonna tear it up." That's what it is. No, I appreciate that, man. That's really good. Greatness awaits, Yaakov. There it is.
Thank you, Dante. You know what? Dante is very, very. You're right. He's very giving and very. But you know what?
And I have no problem saying this because he was comfortable saying this. He's going to be the Black Mr. Beast. He said, "Just call me right now, Black Mr. Beast. I'm going to do it." I love generosity is one of my favorite things about people. Like when people are just being selfless and they take others in their consideration, like they're just being kind. I don't know who was able to join for the Pokemon chat I did with Emily. It was a nerdy chat, so I know a lot of people didn't come hang out. So
I lost on a fluke. I lost.
But part of that whole thing is I was telling her, and she goes, "What do you want to do on the show?" I was like, "I have a bunch of cards, and if I'm going to give out information, I want to give people some cards. I want them to be able to start reselling with something. Like people don't get that. I didn't get subs out of that. That was never the intention. It was the intention to get somebody started because they hung out in the live with us. They wanted to get information, and I wanted to get them started. That's all I wanted to do. And the people, they messaged me on Instagram. They're like, "Thanks so much." I mean, that's the thing that pumps my heart, man. That's what gets me going. I love that kind of stuff. The other thing that I'm really passionate about, and Leroy, you already talked about it, that I definitely want to talk to you about, your goals, man. I love people that set goals. They want to accomplish things. They want to knock it out of the park. They're always looking to level up. You have had a lot of adversity in your life. You know, I'm not going to make you get into the whole story. You did a great job with Emily on her chat. But talk about some of that driving force, man, that stuff that, you know, you have a loving wife. You have this great relationship now. But talk about what you get up in the morning. What makes you get up at the earliest time with your spotlight to get out on your flea market? What's giving Leroy that grind? What's that?
It's just the drive. I don't know if this is the answer you guys want to hear, but it's just the drive. It's just
not driving to the flea market, but the drive.
Yeah, it's just like the drive. You got to do it. Like if you're gonna make $15 at the flea market, like I've made, or you're gonna make $3,200 at the flea market, like I've made. It's the drive. You don't know it's like throwing up peanuts. You don't know how many you're gonna catch. You know you're gonna catch something, but you don't know how many you're gonna catch. And that's just how I look at it. And it's exciting. And the more I do, I go around and I look and I try to look at other people's stuff. I never try to copy anybody, but I try to put my twist on it.
It's good. Try to learn.
Every day, like I'll talk to other vendors and, you know, I'll help vendors. I have a good friend here now where like he called me up, "Oh, I got to clean out," and I'll help him and he'll just give me some stuff, but I'm learning. Like, how did you get somebody to give you $5,000 worth of stuff for free?
That's so good. That is so good. Guys, there's money out there Leroy's another person that can attest to this. He's been up and down the East Coast. He's showing you that he can stop somewhere and flip something real quick, make some money, and he's hustling, man. But the care for your family, the care for the people that are close to you, I love that, man. I love your heart that, you always make sure, like you said, I wanted to go spend some time with my family. I wanted to,
when like you said, we don't want to get into it, but when you have a family that took you in and because you were in a bad situation, like my brother told me to do, he wants me to go back up and do more pavers. Like I'm going back up. Like you just, and that's part of my drive. Like you just have to drive and try to make them, try to make them happy. And it's just like you guys here on YouTube. It's like I have a drive for you guys. I'm not on YouTube yet, but I have a drive for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on YouTube a lot, but just not with the
You know what? I was about to say, like, I can remember, like, one of the first guests that Harry Tornado had was Leroy.
He
One
came,
of the first
and a lot of people don't know that.
Joey had was Leroy.
Yeah. I think we already answered this, but you can expand on that, Leroy. You said you sell on eBay, correct?
Yeah. eBay and flea markets, and I'm dabbling in Facebook.
Awesome.
Hey, Joey.
Yep. Joey joined in. Joey's dad was hanging out in Cat's chat earlier. Yes, we are a resell family. Guys, you don't know how true that statement is.
Not true.
Man, getting introduced to everybody in YouTube, I started in April. And the way that I've been able to connect with people, me and Dan had a good talk the other night. Me and Yakov talk quite a bit. Jimmy, Old School Flips, we get to chat and talk. I get to hang out with Leroy every Monday night with some other great people in our group, man. I love it. This has been an opportunity through what was going chaotic kind of in our world and our society and still is. This was a place to meet new people and connect with new people and find out cool stories. And I'm telling you, there's just something about this community. And we will get to hang out again, Leroy. I know we will. Yeah. You'll come back through. We'll get to actually hang out. I'll take you to some tool honey holes in this area.
I'm going to take you to the tool honey holes.
I just found one last week, so.
And then I'm going to come up and see Yakov, and we're going to get Yakov. Don't go buy any
all the way up to see me.
Send me pictures before you buy any tools, please.
Oh, he will. He'll go live with you. He'll make sure.
That's okay. I just don't want him to buy something and not.
The only place I could find tools here probably would be yard sales.
You'd be surprised. See, if I did your job, I'd probably get fired because I'd be trying to pick the people that I go to.
I went to a patient's house the other day and I saw VCRs and players and all that fun stuff. And I commented and she's like, yeah, I've been using it. Like, I didn't even dare say, do you want to sell it? Because I can't conflict of interest and the whole work over there. I don't want to get into trouble.
Yeah.
Yakov, are you working on making YouTube videos soon?
Yeah, I have another one. I'll get it out. Hopefully, it's ready. It's actually already uploaded. I just have to put a thumbnail to it.
Can everybody stop?
See that one soon.
Huh?
Can everybody stop giving Yakov a hard time? Because give me the hard time.
I understand. Look, I get it. They just want to see. They want to see my adventures, and I get it. I love to show my adventures. It's really fun.
It's the same
thing. Today, I listed a ton.
Yeah.
And I needed the time to make a good video. I mean, to make that, believe it or not, that video with the ghost face that I put out, it has already 250 views.
Right. Because it's an interesting topic. And you also contacted 10 people to ask them questions about what you should sell the mask for. So you already piqued everybody's interest. He's like, well, so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said this. And I was like,
I don't know. Does everybody here, not everybody follows me here on Instagram, so not everybody knows that it's sold and what it's sold for yet.
You got to go follow Blood, Sweat, and Sell on Instagram. Go follow Yakov. You need to go. Don't even tell him right now, Yakov. Make him go look it up. Make him go check it out.
Go to Instagram. You'll figure it out. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, might as well, because obviously you'll get it eventually there too.
Hey, Josh, can I've never. I gotta take care of you guys. I'm gonna give you a bolo, and I don't know much about this, but I can tell you my biggest profit on eBay, which was $3,000, was this name item. They have a lot of like technical stuff. They have a lot of like lasers for certain equipment and stuff. But if anybody ever sees this, you even if it's the box, you buy it.
Key.
Write that down because I have two wires here. They're just wires for for the wires from the PC to like a camera, and they're about $150 each. But if you guys see this name anywhere, just buy it, please.
So what is it exactly? They're wires?
I'm going to tell Kaiser that. Kaiser, if you recognize that brand, because Kaiser finds those brands and items that I've never heard of, and he makes good money. But Kaiser, you got to go follow Yakov on Instagram. He's got all the information there.
Sorry about that. I just
no. Dan, see, this is where Dan the Answer Man comes in good. Keyence Corporation is a direct sales organization that develops and manufactures automation sensors. Nice. Vision systems, barcode readers, laser markers. Nice. Yeah. So they just do a lot of good.
I'd be afraid if they're not working then.
Even not working, it's still going to be worth a lot of money.
People want the parts for it.
Yeah. Like I said, the unit that I sold about 4 or 5 months ago, like he said, it was a laser, and then it was the whole like little database for it. And it was during COVID, and everything shut down. So all their factories they buy from, they were all coming to eBay because they couldn't buy anything. And I had it on for $4,500, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. You want to give me for $3,500? Cha-ching! I'm taking it.
Where'd you get it? Where did you pay for it?
Where I moved into my warehouse, my neighbor was down here. There's a lot of old factories that closed down, but they did a lot of they do a lot of stuff. For BMW is only it's only about 15 miles from me. And there's a lot of factories. They might just make a small pot. They might just make this, and it goes into the BMW car. But they have lasers and sensors to cut this all out. And he had a bunch of stuff. I don't know where he got it from, and he was moving out, and I gave him a bunch of money, and I just kept buying everything he had. I started looking it up, and I was having a heart attack, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it all. I think I spent $3,500 with him, but I probably made like a lot. I'd rather not say.
Yeah, my wife.
Imagine if we're talking big numbers like that, you're probably in like the tens of thousands.
My wife knows I'll be in Goodwill somewhere, and she doesn't even see what's in the basket, but my hands are shaking when I'm pushing the basket back.
Yep.
And she's like, "What'd you find?" And I was like, "This thing's $250."
Yep.
I'm like, "We have to get it out of the store now."
Yep. And Dan, if you're still in the chats, you probably do message me on Instagram, and I just don't know it. But message me so we could talk about that stuff.
Man, that's a good little bolo, and that was good because I was going to say the bigger question is not a brand, but kind of where it would most likely be found, and that's a good point to say if like you're in a big manufacturing town, or maybe a new business or big manufacturing business is going in. That might be extra parts.
I hate to say this, and I've seen so much of it throughout my experience being a reseller, and I'm going to try to put it in a nice way. Everybody that works, they always end up bringing home something. Some people bring home something every day. Some people bring home something because their boss tells them to take it home because they have to travel, and then they retire and their boss says, we don't want it anymore. And then it's at yard sales. So I'm not saying they're stealing it, but a lot of people, they bring stuff home and they stock it home, especially these days, and then they leave that job. Well, all that stuff, they never paid for it. So it was worth $3,000, but they didn't pay anything for it. So they'll sell it for $100 because $100 is a lot more than what they paid for it. They didn't pay anything for it.
It's true. I mean, that's a really good thought. I was going to say, because I was just thinking back while you were saying that, and I was like, he's not on YouTube, so I have no problem saying it. He works for Philip Morris. and he was one of the floor supervisors, the techs. And he says, when they bring in the new tool sets, because they can only have their tool sets for a certain amount of time, they have to get rid of it. He says, you want to know some of the stuff that I've brought home?
And a lot of times, when I was in the union, my bosses, I've learned a lot. I sold a piece this weekend, and I sold it for $800, and it was a tester for air for like your factory. You put it up to the air vent, and it tests the airflow for different different areas of the building. And I saw it at the flea market, and the guy wanted, and I was being cheap because the guy wanted 250. I knew it was worth over $1,000, and I'm like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm all set. And I took his number anyway. So if you don't sell it, call me. So I ended up buying it for 175, and I sold it for 800. And then there was something else that he had that I sold for 250.
Wow.
And because I paid attention, that's why I tell you guys,
that's so smart, man.
When you go see your family members, even though you don't like them, they're going to teach you something. Pick their brains. And I'm not saying it in a mean way. I'm saying it out of experience. Like I just try to be a decent person. But, it's just my nature. But if you don't like somebody, you don't have that, you're going to be around them anyway. So just ask them. You go to somebody's house, your neighbor's house, like Josh said, people have stuff in their basements you would have no clue. They're a relative passed and they don't want to throw it away. But if they know you're a reseller, or they know that you, like me, I show passion in what I do, man, they just like, okay, yeah, sure. And I give money. Like, I pay for my stuff. I don't want nothing.
I'll share this with you guys. This is a fun little thing that happens, and it promotes what you're talking about and networking, man. My t-shirt guy, okay? I don't even think my wife, dear, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry, because I'll come home and I'm so excited and I get so distracted and I forget to even share this. So I stopped by his house. He had, I have found some vintage t-shirts and some jerseys. So what I do instead of selling those, because I have a lot of clothes to list, I hit him up and he goes, sweet, come by the house. He looks over them. There was a 1994 ZZ Top concert tee. There was a Bob McAdoo throwback Mitchell and Ness jersey. Justin Bieber tour shirt that he told me, I sent him a picture and he already had it sold. Like, he already found a buyer for it. So a couple nice t-shirts. He comes over. I said, I'm only $18 in. He goes, how about $40? And I says, no, because I remember you gave me a nice Tennessee Volunteer shirt I liked. I said 30. He says, no problem. I'm going to get in my car. He goes, I almost forgot. My, what do you say? His grandmother passed away. His uncle's living in the house, but his uncle's a little bit older and is probably going to have to go in assisted living. He said his mom has rights to the house. They want to sell it. He says, would you be interested in coming in there and picking out whatever you want?
Wow.
And I'm still, because I like to be kind, I says, how about we do this? How about you start a YouTube channel? We move everything into a storage unit and we just start doing yard sales out of a storage unit. And he was like, that's not a bad idea. And I was like, but guys, that's what that networking will do. I found him in a Goodwill. I saw him flipping through shirts real fast. And I said, yep, I know what he's doing. And we got talking and he says, what are you into? I said, shoes. I says, well, I can tell you're into clothes. And I said, how about this? You go around, I'll only look at clothes when I don't see you there. And he goes, I'll only look at shoes when I don't see you there. We have swapped shirts and shoes all day long. And he'll call me. He goes, hey, stop by the store, man. I think they got some stuff you want. That's what that network will build for you. It really will. Do I still sell vintage clothing? Heck yeah. I go for the stuff that he don't go for. I found a sweet McGregor 70s vintage tracksuit. He's like, I don't want that thing. I was like, I do. It'll probably go for $80. But finding those people that have their specialty thing. If Leroy lived in this area, you best believe when I find a box of tools, I'm going to say, hey, Leroy, man, I got this for $10. You give me 20 for it. It's all yours. Go for it. I mean,
and the bad thing is, I hate buying off of my resale friends.
Why?
Because I sort of feel like I should have found it. Like, I don't. I'm gonna be honest, and I never say this, but I don't buy off my reseller friends. Like they ask me all the time, like local people. I just, if they give me
What,
a
not even to show support. I mean, you're basically supporting them in a sense because let's say if like somebody near you, let's say if Dante finds a box of tools and he knows he can get rid of it at $20 to you and make a $10 profit, I'm
if,
sure you do it.
if it's like that, but before the community, it was all like it'd be like reseller friends that are tool people. So
Right.
I don't want to buy your leftover tools, and like they get mad at me, like, oh, but man, you can make a killing, you can sell them for 50 cents. I'm all set. I'm all set. Like it's the thrill of my hunt. No disrespect,
That's what it
but
is.
it's the thrill of my hunt.
Now, and but that's why I go, hey, here you go, because I'm not gonna go take the time. Trust me, I bought a bunch of tools this past summer. You know how fast I sold that in the bulk lot because I got tired of listing wrenches.
Yep.
It wasn't my passion. I
Yeah.
found about 15 things that were worth good money. Did individual listings on those. Everything else, I told a guy to come by. I said, give me $150 for the rest. Take it all.
Well,
I don't care. So what I try to do in networking is find somebody who's that's their niche. Like that's what they go for. And then I go, when I find it, man, I want to go in straight to you. Why? Because you're gonna be excited about it. I'm not, you know.
I hear it. I hear it 100%. What's Leroy bringing us? Oh,
I won't list them. I gotta get his address so I can send them to him. I won't.
you won't list them. Why not?
Because they do nothing. I'd rather sell this little thing and make 50 cents off it. It's just I can't. It does nothing for me.
Josh is sending you a pair of shoes. Pay him for shipping.
I got more.
I'm telling you, my PO box is in the description.
Well, you can send it to me. I'll send you a package.
He's right here. He says, "Yep, for real." He'd call you as soon as he found something.
You guys got me going tonight because usually I try to be like, but I get it like a passion for this stuff, and
Dude,
that's why I said like Dante. I never even met him, and I knew he was going to DreamWorks. We had talked online. I came in the warehouse and I grabbed a big roll of bubble wrap and some extra lights because I saw he was like working on this little table. Some extra lights and
you guys in South Carolina, all you guys are like givers. Here in New York, forget it.
I gave him a shopping carriage full of stuff, like not put him on blast, but it's like because he gives to so many people, he doesn't need my $20. And
right.
he said to me, you know what he does? I don't know if you guys know, but he goes through the bins. He's smart. He actually grabs all the bubble wrap that people take out of the packages. I didn't know this. So his girlfriend comes out with his fiance comes out with this big bag of bubble wrap, and then I have this big roll, and I give it to him. I was like, I never even knew he needed that. It was just in my heart that I didn't want to meet him without giving him anything.
Wow.
Yeah, Yakov, it's this crazy thing called generosity.
It's this crazy thing about the South. Forget it. They don't happen here in the North. Nobody cares about anything. The most I get is a bottle of water if I walk into that person's house.
Change the game, Jake. Let it start with you, Jake.
I'm going to change all the mentality.
You can't be responsible for everybody else, but you are responsible for you.
Jake, do you have a PO box?
No, I got an address.
You need to get a PO box, and then everybody will send you a package, and you'll feel bad, and you'll start giving to others.
No, he won't. I know him. He just won't make a video for 2 weeks. He'll come back, and here we go. Okay, hopefully they forgot after 2 weeks.
Or he can make
a shout out in the video.
He can make a video on everything that everybody gives him. Oh, look, I got this from Dante. Oh, I got this from Foot Finds Fun. And he'll be sourcing from his PO box.
I know Emily hit me up earlier. She said, "What'd you say?" Oh, because I was giving her some Charmander cards. She loves Charmander. She goes, "I totally forgot to send you address." I said, "I still got it from when I sent you those shoes you liked." I was like, "Dude, that's the fun thing, man. When you get to surprise other people, Yakov, I'm planning to send a box of VHS tapes. Get ready, Yakov. Here it
Here
comes.
we go.
That's
I
it.
really have to open a PO box. How much? Wait, Marrakesh. It depends on how many VHS tapes you're sending. Because I have to average the cost of having the PO box with how much I'm going to make on the VHS tapes.
The PO box is like what, $60 a month? I think I pay 70.
It's an intervention. There we go.
Here it is. Intervention with Jake. This is what it turns
The
into.
intervention hour. We got to it.
Because you know what he does, everybody. We talk about doing something nice, or what did it? This all started when we said you should do the return. No, I'm not doing the return. He gets so defensive, like he's fussing at us because we're generous. You hear that?
Fussing at you because you're generous. Just saying, it's a southern thing. We're not generous in the north.
If anybody in the chats wants to give anything to Jake, send it to Josh's PO, and I'll help fit the bill to send it to Jake.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna save it all until I fill my truck up, and then I'm driving Big Red Fred on up to New York, and we're gonna drop it off personally.
Packed with VHS tapes.
And then I'm gonna go live with him opening each package.
And then he'll have to make a video.
Yep.
So we'll get a video. We'll get, and then we're gonna give to him. So he at least gonna give us like a water or be nice to us. We're good. I'm coming up too.
Want some water?
I got my water too.
He's gonna be like, thanks for stopping by. I think my wife's calling. I'll see you guys later.
I'm sorry, Marie. Okay, people are getting insulted that I'm saying the North is not fine. North is
He is. I'm not gonna.
all right. I'm embarrassed. Did I turn red yet? Can't tell.
I get red as soon as I start talking. The thing is, I'm gonna be honest. Living in the North, one of the reasons I chose South Carolina is because I couldn't be myself. Like they don't want to see people be giving and people be nice. Like it seems like they don't want to see that. No offense to anybody who's from up north.
But it is not
it's not as common. Let's go with that. It's not as common.
Well, because who do I see? And it's a lot of resellers in the North that are starting to do like the trash pickups and stuff, which is another weird thing. In the South,
how much trash you have?
There's not a bunch of neighborhoods where they have trash sitting by the curb. I know in Virginia, if you got big trash, they're like, you're gonna pay to take that to the dumpster yourself. If I lay something next to my trash can, they ain't picking it up. They're
really
bad. Yeah.
But I should take a picture of the city of what goes on there before trash day. You want boxes? Forget about it. You could have any size you want. Anything it says. It could say anything on the box. Literally. You want Amazon. You want UPS. You whatever you want. You got it in the box.
But that's what I was going to say. It is weird. I think, Leroy, I think you hit on something. In a lot of places where they're not just doing generosity out of kindness, they will throw away some good stuff and let anybody go get it.
Yeah. Look at the one from Pennsylvania. What is it? Taco Stacks?
Yep.
That guy gets so many good things in Pennsylvania in the trash. I mean, I think half of his inventory is from the trash.
Oh, yeah. And then he takes the rest of the metal to the scrapyard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We are going to start to wrap up, but I always do. I have these fun questions that I like to ask every guest that we have on here because it just gives them a little more insight. So, Leroy, what YouTube channel do you like to watch that has nothing to do with reselling?
Ooh, interesting.
What's a channel? You put me on blast. I can I say like 3, but I'll make them really fast.
Go for it.
Okay. I like to listen to Christian music. So Christian music, I like to watch the coin pusher on the Hales.
Okay. You like the coin push video?
I can't list while I'm watching it. I can't watch
you're waiting.
I can't watch anything while I'm listening. It doesn't work.
And I'm hoping to go caving this weekend, but we'll see.
Caving?
Yeah, they're going caving. But anyway. And my third one is I like watching dirt car racing.
Nice. I like that. Those are good options, man. I like that. Okay, and here's the last one because this one's fun. If you could put anything into every single package that goes out, or let's say you could give away with every purchase at the flea market? It doesn't have to be a tangible something. It can even just be a thought or an action. What is something that you wish you could put with every single sale that would make that person's like day better or would make the world better? Like which thing do you wish you could give away to free to every single person you interact with?
I wish I can give them my energy and my just how I care for people.
Oh, that's nice, man. I like that. That's a good answer. Guys, y'all feel that? It was right there in your heart. That was good.
I had to look down when I said it.
That was a good one, man.
I mean, a lot of these guys have energy, but I know who I am. I mean,
no,
I'm not.
I don't think there's anybody with that kind of energy about tools that I've seen in any type of chat before. So, and your name, everybody knows your name, and they're like, if you have questions, go talk to Leroy.
I get pictures now. I do. I get on my Instagram. I'll get pictures on like Saturdays. Hey, what do you think? And again, I always say this all the time. If I'm at a flea market or something, if I might not be there for you that time you need me, but I will give you the knowledge you need for the next time.
Leroy, I'm going to hit you up.
I know
You
this.
better be ready for it.
Guys, get ready for the next video. Yakov has lost another room in his house, and it's full of tools.
or it's the pickup truck that Leroy and Josh are bringing up.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you. But yes, I'm probably gonna work on my truck tomorrow. I got the part in so that my windshield wipers work on my new truck. Looks pretty simple. Guess how I learned how to fix it? YouTube. Everybody. Yep. Pretty simple. All I need is my socket set, and I'm good to go.
Oh, you need tools.
No, I got some tools, man.
But you need to use tools.
Oh yeah. I use tools all the time.
I tell people at the flea market, the wives get all upset when the husbands are looking at tools. I say, listen, if he fixes something, he's not paying somebody a lot of money to do it, and then he gets to buy you more stuff.
I'm telling you. Now, my wife knows. Like I like to get at least 2 or 3 good tools. She kind of lets me Christmas shop for myself. So
that's cool.
She's like, go pick out some tools that we need around the house and stuff like that. So, and they come in handy. Let's see. Leroy, suggestion for channel content: record your flea markets. Yep, we've heard that. Dan says Leroy is so humble. Be proud of your work ethic and kind soul. Lift your head up and be proud.
Everybody here loves you, Leroy.
Passion. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But yeah, Leroy, thank you so much for hanging out. Like, for just being that brother, man, that I get to hang out with and chat with. And man, love your heart. Love what you're doing. We will connect very soon, man. I definitely want to, definitely get a meetup sometime. You're going to make me and my wife just come hang out back down in South Carolina again.
You can, us and Dante, and
I'm telling you.
There's other people.
Oh yeah, we have
connection. Steve-O's not far from me either. Steve-O's not far from me.
You got a whole bunch of people coming.
Once this COVID is over, somebody has to do a meetup, and hopefully it's not me that has to do it. But I've been thinking about it.
Well, I know we gotta head out to see Jimmy and Dan the Answer Man in Colorado. I think we're eyeballing August for that. So.
Oh wow.
I think we're gonna head out to Colorado. We also just really want to visit Colorado, so it kind of worked out pretty good. But everybody, thanks so much. Yakov, thanks once again for showing up to be the co-host. It was gonna be Leroy, but you made it.
I tried. I'm sorry, Leroy. You could definitely take over if you want.
No. I don't have those big. I guess size 14, but I don't have big enough shoes. I need the car fire, and I don't have all that. Driving around in a minivan.
But hey, everybody, update everybody, Yakov, on where they can follow you and what you got coming up next, Yakov.
Yakov? Leroy. Yakov.
No. I'm starting with you.
All right. What do I have coming up next? More thrift holes, some exciting adventures on my channel eventually when I get to making and editing. I have everything recorded, just the editing part of it. So that's going to be done. I'm going to do a whole bunch of lives. I was planning to do a listing live today, but OBX was on and I didn't want to interrupt that. So I let him go and I just listed so I could actually, I was going to let him go anyway, but Anyways, yeah. So you have that, and catch me on Instagram. I do pop-ups constantly. Did one on New York City recently. Did one on my
I've
mask.
shown that to like 5 people, man. That one in New York City. I was like, see, he wasn't lying. There's no one in New York City.
There is no one in New York City. Yeah, but yeah, I had an adventure in New York City, which I'm gonna do on an intro for my one of my YouTube videos. It's good stuff. So you guys know where to catch me. Links in the link below. Below Leroy, under Leroy over there.
Description. Yep.
Yeah,
And then, Leroy, how about yourself, man? What do you got coming up on the horizon?
Just continue following me on Instagram. YouTube is, like I said, I'm studying right now, and I'm just trying to get to where I feel comfortable, because I work hard, and I want stuff to be halfway decent. So I'm not. It's not on the back burner. I'm actually just, in my eyes, I'm studying and just trying to do it right.
That's so smart, man.
So I do have a channel, guys. It's Blood, Sweat, and Cell on YouTube, and it's Blood, Sweat, Cell on Instagram.
Do we have any mods that could throw links out?
They have been.
Oh yeah, they've been dropping.
Yeah, I saw a few links, but
yeah.
And then yes, I need to make. I have like 3 ideas for another pre-recorded video, so that'll probably get filmed tomorrow. My midweek sales videos do pretty good because we've been getting some pretty good sales just on like Tuesday and Wednesday.
Really? Wow.
So doing pretty good. But I have another video. I have been finding tons of $100 plus items for like under $10.
Wow.
So I might do a video on like just in the month of October. I've been finding some really good stuff for cheap. So might do kind of a little bolo video for some $100 items that I found for $10. I'm trying to think of my title now. So, but yes, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. Always tune back in every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we get to have some fun. We just get to talk about and introduce you to different guests. Tonight, thank you so much, Leroy. I love your heart, man. The chat loves your heart. You've just been such an inspiration to us all, man.
Thank you, everybody, for letting me come on, and thank you, Josh and Jake.
All right, everybody, have a great night, and go out there and change the world one sale at a time.